Now, it says, first one is, express each of the following in minutes. Okay? Now, I'm going to take 0.7 of an hour. 0.7 of an hour. Just sit down. 0.7 of an hour. 1 hour, sorry guys, 1 hour equals 60 minutes. We all know that already. Simply multiply your amount of hours by 60 and you get your answer. So 0.7 times 60. Now, everybody knew that already. And what we get there is we're going to get 42 minutes. Everybody could do that. Now I want to show you another trick that you may not know. Do you know this degrees button I showed you earlier? Remember I showed you that before? Degrees, minutes. That works in terms of 60. So if I put 0.7 in, alright, press equals. And if I press this button here, 42 minutes. Tells me right away. I can put any amount of hours I want. Take 3.5 hours. 3.5 hours, yeah? We all know 3.5 hours is 180 plus 30, which is 210. Press this button here. Oh, sorry, it gives you 3 hours 30 minutes. Okay, so that actually is it in hours and minutes. 3 hours 30 minutes is 200 and so. Sorry, 1 second. Shh. I'll give you 210. Excuse me. 210 minutes. Okay. That's basically 210 minutes. What is it in hours and minutes? Press this button here. Actually, it doesn't do it for you now. Okay, so in which case I will have to convert them in. So if we have 210 minutes, all what we got to do is divide by 60. So 210, Jack. 210 divided by 60. We find out that it's 3.5, 3.5 hours. You can press that button, 3 hours 30 minutes. Okay, so it works quite well. Okay.
What's the degree?
No, it's
great.
So another one would be express the following in hours. Okay, so when you're expressing these in hours, what you gotta do. So for example, 2 hours 45 minutes. The first thing you gotta do is you gotta change it into express each of the following in hours. It wants it in decimals. So guys, look at this. Ready? This button here comes in incredibly useful as well. This means 2 hours 45 minutes out of 60. And what that'll give you is 2.75 hours. It wants it in hours only. So this one here would be 2.75 hours. Oh, sorry. See the way this is in hours and minutes. It just wants it in hours, so it wants it as a decimal. So it's 2.75 hours. That doesn't mean 75 minutes. It means 3/4 of an hour. 0.75 means 3/4.
Wait, that doesn't mean that's 3 hours and 15.
Look at another one, okay? 3 hours 24 minutes, okay? It wants it in. So what you do is you press this button here, and you do 3 hours. It's 24 minutes out of 60. Which is that there, and then once you press it, it means that if you're representing this in decimal mode, it's 3.4 hours. It doesn't mean 3 hours 4 minutes or 3 hours 40 minutes. It just means 3.4 hours. Now, when you're doing calculations, you're often going to have to convert it to decimals. Okay, so that is 3.4 hours. Okay. Now, let's look at the next part, the more difficult questions. Okay. Part 1. Express 4 hours and 15 minutes in hours. So it doesn't want any minutes left over. So what you do is you once again just go to the calculator and you do 4 and then you have 15 minutes out of 60. So 4 hours 15 minutes out of 60 and then you put it in and you get 4.25 hours. So that's 4.25 hours. Now the next one is a train journey starts a journey of 255 kilometers at 9:40 and completes the journey at 13:55. What is the average speed of the train? Now I have a really good way of doing time on the calculator. I'll show you 2 different ways, right? The first way is like this. 13 hours 55 minutes minus 9 hours 40 minutes. You get 15 minutes here. 9 minus 13 minus 9 is 4. 4 hours 15 minutes. I can also do it like this, and this really eliminates any simple errors, and these errors do happen. Now, the end time is 13 hours, so look at this guys, please pay attention. 13 hours 55 minutes minus 9 hours, okay, and 40 minutes. Press that button there, and look, it'll do it for you. 4 hours 15 minutes. Okay, so that's a backup. Just please, I'm with you now. Now, for final speed, okay, speed equals distance over time. What you do is you draw out your triangle, distance, speed, and time. Okay, and you cover whichever one you're looking for. If you're looking for speed, you block it out, and you're left with distance over time. Now, guys, the biggest mistake here is this. When you have distance, time has to be not in minutes and hours, it has to be in hours only. So you're not allowed to use 4 hours 15 minutes. You actually have to use 4.25. That's the main error, and that's where a lot of people, despite how smart they are, will throw away easy marks. Okay? So guys, 255 divided by 4.25, and what we get here is 60. So it's going to be 60 kilometers per hour. Okay, moving on. Number 20. In an athletics match, the 100 metre race was won in a time of 9.92 seconds, and the 200 metre race was won in a time of 19.92 seconds. Which race was won with the slowest average speed? Justify your answer. Well, this question is just basically speed equals distance over time. And what you're going to do is you're going to get 100 metres divided by 9.92. Now, lads, is your speed in kilometres an hour this time? You got to look at your units to figure out what your speed is in. Distance is in metres, time is in seconds. This means your speed is in metres per second. If your distance was in kilometres and your time was in hours, it'd be kilometres per hour. So please pay attention to the units, okay? So it's going to be 100 divided by 9.92. And what we get here is he did it 10.08 metres per second. So he actually, this person covers 10 metres every second in the 100 metre final. In the 200 metre final, it's going to be 200 divided by 19.92. So 200 divided by 19.92. And what we get here is 10.04 metres per second. So we can actually see that the 200 metre victory was a slower speed. Okay?